What is up, good people? Hey, this is Lamar Tyler, creator and founder of Traffic, Sales, and Profit. We are here again for the third time talking about YouTube growth secrets. I'm excited, right? We got our resident expert, YouTube expert, Gerald Harris, going to be joining us in just a second here on the screen. But what we've been doing is over the last 90 days, right? Gerald's been working on two of our pages, right? Our page for the Convo streaming online network for Black business and Black wealth. It's a new channel where we had content sitting. We had a channel we've been doing some shorts and stuff on. Had like I think right around 100 people on it. We can get the exact numbers from Gerald again. Right around 100 people on it. But we said, hey, you know what? I want to grow that. Then we had another page, Traffic, Sales, and Profit, which had like 8,000 people, I believe, or close to it. But we couldn't just break the 10K mark, right? Couldn't get over 10,000 people. So we said, hey, what can we do around this? We got one page, we've been posting things and kind of hit a wall. We got another page that was like an upstart page we were trying to start up. And we had goals for both. We said we wanted to get to 10,000 on Traffic, Sales, and Profit. And on the Convo page, the goal was just get to our first 1,000 people, right? The Traffic, Sales, and Profit page was not monetized. We want to get monetized over there. On the Convo page, you want to start getting some of those watch hours, the valuable watch hours, so we can get towards monetization. So without further ado, I want to bring Gerald on. What is going on, Gerald? There you go.
How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Good day, good day, good day.
Awesome, man. So, right, why don't you, real quick, right, get the people, in case they didn't catch one of the first two sessions we did, why don't you give them a little background information on who you are and how you kind of got to the YouTube game, and then we'll start breaking into some of these secrets.
Yeah, name is Gerald Harris, originally from Pomona, California, by way of Charlotte, North Carolina. Came out here to Atlanta, Georgia back in 2013, 2014, and started doing real estate a long time ago. I went ahead and my wife kept telling me, she was like, hey, babe, check out this community. Check out this community. It's called Traffic, Sales, and Profit. Several years back, we ended up joining up with TSP, with Traffic, Sales, and Profit. Ended up staying with them for a couple of years. And at the time, when I joined up for real estate. Well, Lamar was like, man, I know you got real estate, but what's going on with this YouTube channel, right? I just started pumping out information on YouTube. Not only that, I know a lot about SEO and the inner workings of video SEO and whatnot, right? So while we were at Traffic, Sales, and Profit, I just started growing the influence. That YouTube channel essentially helped us to go ahead and grow a Facebook group. Facebook group now is a little over 40, maybe 45,000 people. And just educating people about different aspects of real estate investing. But the YouTube piece itself, the organic growth is something, as everyone is seeing, is becoming more and more vital, right? Back in the days when YouTube was the biggest player, now you got these other platforms, the Facebooks, the IGs, and the TikToks, and that type of thing. Well, the latest and the greatest essentially is YouTube. So a lot of people are beginning to grow podcasts and things like that when it comes to YouTube and the importance of YouTube and that type of thing. But yeah, that's a little bit of the background about myself.
I love it, man. So, Gerald, as we will talk about, let me see, get me back. There we go. As we would talk about a second ago, right? So we had this 90-day project. So,
Yeah.
so I know you got the numbers again. What were we at 90 days ago, right? When we first started this
Well,
pages.
so on the Convo, we were at 228 subscribers. Now it's at like 1187 is a subscriber now. So that the combo itself has 5x'd its growth. On Traffic, Sales, and Profit, it was 8,114. Now it's 10,684.87. The interesting thing about Traffic, Sales, and Profit is it's gained a little over 2,600 subscribers. And so that is an entirely new audience that is coming on that actually grasps and loves the content. That's in 90 days. That's pretty staggering. That's close to 900 subscribers a month in channel growth. That's a pretty big deal.
I love it. Now, I did want to ask you over this last 90 days. I want to spend a little bit of time today. And what's up, everybody joining? What's up, Barbara? If you're joining, you got questions, drop down in the chat. I want to use them to make sure we use them most of the time and get y'all answers to your questions too. Gerald, I'm curious, right? I want to tackle two things. First, I want to talk about what are the things that you did, and we talked earlier in the previous two sessions about, stuff you did and things that work, whatever. But like, what's the top like 1, 2, 3 things? And it could be one thing, could be three that you did that you feel like, hey, the growth wouldn't have happened if we hadn't have done this, right? Like that you could pinpoint like the most important pieces out of all the different stuff you did.
Number one was backing up content, right? You have plenty of content. Over 1,100 videos on TSP, a lot of content on the Convo. It was important for me to go ahead and look at this and be like, okay, what's one of the biggest challenges as to what's going on? Are people really kind of consuming the content? It was just like, oh, wait a minute. I understand putting out a lot of content, and I saw the amount of content that was put out over the period of time that the channel was started. I was just like, well, wait a minute. Let's go ahead and let's look at some of the analytics and let's see what and how people are consuming content. So number one was, okay, we don't have to post every day. You can post on a weekly basis. The people begin to respond stronger when you actually started to back it up. It's like, you know what, let's go ahead and let's pull back maybe a video or two a week. So that was number one, was looking at both channels and being like, okay, we don't have to post as much content and still be even more effective. If you can see the jumps and the channel growth on, let's say specifically on the Convo, right? You've essentially posted a percentage of content versus the amount of content that was already on there. So that was the biggest thing. The other thing was I wanted to go ahead and do some more, but some of the SEO, a lot of the SEO, looking at the competition and seeing kind of like what they were doing, and trying to not necessarily, duplicate that, but to an extent, finding some third-party tools that will help us to go ahead and to optimize a lot of the content, especially the newer content that was coming out, and begin to highlight what you have. Like, this is not Master P. This is Master P, right? This is not Jermaine Dupree. This is Jermaine Dupree. And so highlighting those things when it came to SEO and whatnot. And the other thing, it was the ability to be consistent, but at the same time, looking at analytics and data and seeing, you know what if I did this here? What if I did this here? So if I can go ahead and place a third thing, it was responding to the comments, right? It was not just responding to the comments, but responding to the comments with a link, which was starting to help with watch time, which was starting to help with a lot of different things. One of the other things I found out, Lamar, and digging into some of the data itself, was I didn't know that some of the people that were actually connected to the channel were actually utilizing some of the content on their channel. I said, oh, wait a minute. So I started digging into it, and I was just like, well, wait a minute. So some people, what they were doing, and it would just, if you go into the analytics, dig into the back office, there are channels that are out there that are giving reviews on some of your videos with that, especially with that traffic sales and with the Master P video. And so some people were going ahead and kind of like giving you, but they were giving credit back to the Master P video. And I was just like, oh, this is interesting.
Now, Joe, when you say that, you mean through kind of like stitch type of videos where they taking the video and doing it, or is it some, okay.
Right. They were doing like, so they would go ahead and look at a hot video. So what people do on YouTube oftentimes, they'll go ahead and look at a hot video that's getting a lot of traction. And they'll go ahead and they'll take snippets of that video, place that video on their channel, and actually start to do reviews on that video with their channel, but giving traffic, sales, and profit, or the combo links back. And I was just like, well, wait a minute, because where's this 1,000 views coming from? Where's these other views coming from? So I started digging deeper into the analytics, and I'm like, whoa. And so, I mean, we never got to it. Obviously, those people make great candidates for, let's say, connections and things like that. So yeah, that's another thing that was going on as well.
All right. I love it. Now I want to flip it on the opposite side, right? We talk about stuff that work. If you could go back 90, you're going to get in your little time machine, Gerald. You go back 90 days. If you could change something, right? Oh, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have, maybe you did it, but I wish you would have done it. I would have done it earlier or noticed this. Is it anything, maybe it's nothing. Is there anything you wish you could go back 90 days and you would have flipped on either channel?
Yes. and maybe you and I need to talk about this offline. I looked at a lot of the competition, right? The big people that Earn Your Leisure and these other channels, and you got some stuff that's cooking there that's kind of like making my heart smile. I would first week I would have done more of that, not just on YouTube,
Mm,
but their websites as well as different links. Like the thing that was really not brought up or not really talked about was some of these big channels are growing a lot of traffic. They're not just getting mad traffic from YouTube. A
mm,
lot of these people have organic traffic coming specifically from their websites, and their websites are constructed in a way that's actually pushing views to their YouTube and
to YouTube.
subscribers to YouTube. So I said, "Whoa,
Okay.
that right there." Because people just focus on YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. Guess what? For those of you that are listening to me right now, there's a lot of people that are out there that actually have nice website growth, great website growth that are actually helping to push subscribers and traffic back to their YouTube channels. And essentially, what's happening is people are taking those websites, putting them in the description of YouTube, and pushing traffic right back to the website. So it's like this
Mm,
cycle that's going on. So if I can go ahead and go back, I would do more digging with a couple of other tools that I have. One of them is a guy that you had on a while back. His name is Neil Patel.
yeah.
He has a couple of decent tools that after I went ahead and putting your website through some of those tools, I was like, whoa, there's some mad traffic coming from these. And actually, you already have some assets in place. That so yeah, I would go ahead and have upfront discussions or do research on that and be like, whoa, that's pretty powerful. Because I see where some of these sites they may have millions or thousands of subscribers. I see how they're pushing in traffic, not even from YouTube, from other sites and other sources, not that are not even social media. And so I was like, whoa, yeah, that was big.
Mm,
Yeah.
I love it. Anything else you'll go back and do or change?
Um, yeah. As you can, I mean, and you probably noticed this. I kind of started off shy a little bit. I'm like, how they really kind of want me to do things, but I don't want to do things. I don't want to do too much. And you would hit me up like, Gerald, you can go ahead and change descriptions, man. You can go ahead and change titles. You can do it. I would do that a lot sooner. Um, I would have also went ahead and acquired maybe one or two other tools as well
Okay.
to help me to analyze data. I'm definitely, don't get me wrong, there is the algorithm, but I'm a data person as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would have grabbed maybe one or two more tools, but yeah, I would have got less shy out of the gate because you start to get these emails like, Gerald, you're killing it. I don't focus on that. I focus on, the data and what's going on in that. I treated the channel like my channel.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what would I do on my channel? How did I fail? Or what did I do wrong, etc. That would be another great time. What did I do wrong? Let me not do that. Let me do this. So yeah,
Mm, good. All
yeah.
right. So you queued me up. You sound like you did some things wrong. You said right. I want to know what
It-
was that? Like
it-
looking back at it,
well,
what
I
you feel like you did
would.
wrong?
So one of the biggest things, Lamar, I would say is upfront. I think because I don't know how many people have access to the channel.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of people that were looking at
Oh
data
yeah.
links, that description, you know what I'm saying? So I would up front, I would probably had a discussion up front and kind of limiting because there was some videos, and you and I both know like that one video on the combo that
Yeah.
was like popping. I'm just like, yo, this is about to launch. I'm like, this is that there was nothing external that I could find. I'm like, hold on a second. And this is for a lot of you all as well, is as you're growing a channel, and you're growing it on YouTube, you want to make sure that internally you don't want to click a lot of the video links that are growing within the channel. In other words, if you have a monetized channel or a channel that's not monetized yet, you don't want to. Um, I learned this on my channel. You don't want to click on the links internally while you're logged in from the channel because you don't want to make it seem like to YouTube you're kind of boosting views or anything like that. So that I would up front, I'd be like, yeah, let me make sure that we're all on the same page. Let's limit whatever it is that's going on because that video it still to me to this day it's just odd. Like, how can it be so hot and it just cool down that quick? I'm like, this can't, you know what I mean? I haven't
Yeah.
really seen that because it was grasping some different, like the SEO, the links, the keywords, everything was great on that channel. I mean, even the thumbnail, because I went ahead and I told Alex to go ahead and give me another thumbnail, but everything was great on that video, and I'm just like, why did it cool down so quick? So that up front, I would have been like, yeah, I would have probably had that conversation up front. Like, let's be careful. Let's be mindful. Because like I said, I'm treating the channel like my channel.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's just, I'm like, yeah, that right there.
Yep. I pulled it up for everybody to see. We talking about this Black Business Icons video right here. Got up to, I guess right now it's right under 7,000 views,
Yeah.
663 watch. Man, I've become, out of all the analytics and the stats, Gerald, for some reason, I just love watch hours. I
Yeah.
think like when you look at that, it's phenomenal. Be like,
Right.
yo, like somebody watched something we made for almost 700 hours of
Yeah.
people sitting there watching it. That just blow me
Yeah.
away. And that one
Yeah.
video responsible for almost 400 subscribers itself.
Yeah. Right. Right. And so I'm looking at all that data and I'm just like it doesn't matter. I'll tell everybody this, right? Whenever you go ahead, you look at a channel that's big, that's small, et cetera, et cetera. Any channel that's growing, there's probably maybe one, two, maybe three videos that's responsible for the good portion of the subscribers on that channel. And so
Mm,
when I find a video that's pulling in subscribers, that video is telling me something. That video is giving me data. That video is saying, well, wait a minute, it's just, this is bringing in this many subscribers. So let's find a way to continue to either replicate or do some different aspects of that video, et cetera, et cetera. And so, yeah, that video is, but for whatever reason, it just cooled off. Like, yeah, it's odd. It's odd.
yeah, I love it. As I'm looking at the data for the video, one of the things that was, it's that, you know what you said, right? It's like 68% of the traffic from that came from browse features, right? Which is like people homepage and stuff, right? When they first log
Hmm.
in to
Hmm.
YouTube.
Hmm.
And I think even that was phenomenal. But I want to draw attention to everybody for what something you said. You just said like, yo, like even channels with millions of views, most of the views a lot of times tracking back to just a few videos, right? I think a lot of time we think that every video is supposed to be a hit, but it sounds like you
Right.
just kind of you gotta make sure you get the numbers in consistency, and you're
Yeah.
just waiting for like the specific things to pop, and then once you figure out what pop, you can just try to create more content like that. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think, going back to traffic sales and profit channel, when you look at it, that channel is telling that video, that Master P video is telling you a lot. That Master P video has actually gotten you in some places. When we went ahead, we put up the data last time. It's gotten you in, I think it was the UK, different parts of Africa. So it's taken, now people know Lamar Tyler in this part of the world. Now people know Lamar Tyler in that part of the world. And so that data within itself is telling me like, yo, people are really interested. When I first started looking at that, I was, whoa, people are really, they're really chewing this content. I'm just like, how can we continue to replicate and duplicate that specific? I don't know if that's an additional Master P interview. I don't know if there's variations of that video. Whatever it is, people love it.
Yeah, I'm
People.
looking at that video now. We up to what almost 3,600 views in the UK, 3,000 in South Africa,
Yeah,
2,300 in Canada. Then we got Kenya,
yeah,
the Netherlands, Jamaica, Australia,
yeah,
Germany, Nigeria, et cetera,
yeah,
Bahamas, Trinidad. Then we're going right.
yeah,
So I love that. Like you said, like, but again, it's like digging into, a lot of times we look at just that front page of analytics, but you're talking about digging into like all those different pages, all those different tabs, getting like a real up close personal view of what's
yeah,
going on, so then you can track and make
yeah,
better position. I love, back in the day we used to be bloggers when Ron and I used to blog. We would look at the data the same way, and then even when we used to travel across the country to screen our films and stuff, like that's
yeah,
how we pick where we would go. We'd be like,
yeah,
yo, like what, like where we got audience at already on the ground. Then we know we got
yeah.
the most likelihood of somebody coming out to see us, and then we would track it and like pinpoint. All right, that's what the tour look like. These top 10 places we at. Let's hit the road.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that. So if you look at that data, people essentially telling you, like, hey, I love what it is you're doing. I'm subscribing to your channel. And then what you can do is go ahead and check out what it is they're doing on their channel if they really like it. Like if you got a bunch of people in one specific area, that's what it's telling you. It's like, yeah, they kind of want me over here. So why don't I just go ahead? It's like reverse engineering.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I mean?
true.
Like you got for whatever reason, any channel, either channel, New York City, New York. I don't know, but they love you. I don't know if they're in the group. I don't. They. It's been number one for some time. They love you. I don't know who's out there, but they like, yeah. They love you. They love you.
Hey, Joe, we had a question that came in. Then after this, I want to talk more about how people can work with you and they can find you.
Okay.
Barbara in the chat said she created a YouTube channel for she has a full service salon. So somebody with a
Okay.
full service salon, how do you think she can leverage YouTube?
So, the first thing I would ask her is how is her local SEO? So when I think about salon, I think about people that she's servicing probably within a 30-mile radius of her, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I would look at, especially if a lot of you that are local, right, looking at your local Google My Business and tying that into YouTube is extremely YouTube. I can say Instagram, but tying that into YouTube is extremely powerful. Looking at keywords, that type of thing, extremely powerful. So looking at your local Google My Business and then tying that into YouTube, how do those two things match up? That
Mm.
right there, that would get you a boost in your market. Like for instance, what local keywords are you ranking for in that local market? Salons can be extremely like within a 30-40 mile radius, if you do it correctly, extremely powerful. Extremely powerful.
I love it. Good stuff. And Gerald, so somebody been following us for the last 90 days. They said, this is great. How can I work with this dude? How can I get more? Like, do to my page, if you did the TSP into the convo. What
I
should they
would
do?
look.
How can they reach you? How can they contact you?
So y'all go to GeraldEHarris.com. GeraldEHarris.com. Let's go ahead. Let's hop on a 15-minute consultation. Go ahead. There's a free download there. Let's do a 15-minute consultation and let's have a talk. Let me see what you all are doing. Let me see what you all are working on, what type of ideas that you have. Many of you have local businesses that are missing out on a lot of money, a lot of revenue. And there are ways, matter of fact, we just ran into a young lady here. There are ways you can go ahead and tie in YouTube, local Google My Business, start ranking for some keywords and some presence, and let's get you dominating your area. So yeah, go ahead, check out that free download at GeraldEHarris.com. Book the Calendly, and yeah, let's talk. Let's
All right.
talk.
Awesome. Awesome. So Gerald's been amazing, man. Thank you for coming in and sharing nuggets over the last 90 days
Wow.
to the audience. We got to make sure we get you back from time to time to talk about the latest and greatest with YouTube, right? I don't know. Maybe we'll do one in the future where maybe we can have people submit their YouTube channels in advance, and maybe we can take a couple looks and a little insight to what you think about that.
That would be great. That would be great. That I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah,
we
that
should
would be
thought we
great.
should thought about that 90 days ago.
I know. That's one thing that we should have done. Yeah, yeah, because you got a lot of people that are trying to rank their businesses on YouTube and they're struggling, and it's just
Yeah.
like, well, wait a minute. You don't have to. You don't have to struggle. Let's get a shortcut going on.
That's
So
so good. I love it, man. I've been talking last couple of weeks. I got a challenge going on now this week, Fast Cash Flow Challenge, and we're doing some webinars. And I've been telling people a lot of times people think like we got to change 100 things to get to success, but oftentimes it's not. It's like one or two like
that's
small levers that you change and pull, and like
that's
you
it.
just like move a few degrees over here, and boom, it's
Yeah,
daylight. You just
yeah,
gotta run through that hole and make it happen. So sound like with
yeah.
YouTube, it's the exact same thing.
Same thing. Same thing.
All right, perfect,
Same
perfect. All right,
thing.
Gerald, give them the website and contact one more time.
All right, guys. It's GeraldEHarris.com. And yeah, y'all come check me out, get that free consultation. And yeah, let me see what y'all got going on.
Awesome. I love Barbara said if we ever do that, she's submitting her page first for her salon. So now I said it now. People gonna be on my back like,
I
what you
know,
gonna
right?
say with the YouTube pages, Lamar?
Right, right,
All right.
right,
Appreciate
right.
everybody for watching. Hey y'all, if you have not, make sure you subscribe to this channel, Traffic Sales and Profit, here on YouTube, right? We got some of the best content. We got some more big interviews coming out of the vault, right, onto the page. Thanks again, Gerald, for all of your help. And y'all make sure you go to Gerald's website, GeraldEHarris.com. Clea, make sure you drop that in the chat as well. And we'll make sure y'all get access to it. Everybody have a great day. Peace.
Y'all take care.